Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be finishing up April pages as well as prepping for May in my current daily journal. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the sticker off my desk. This is my current journal right here. It is a journal from Notebook Therapy. I set it up with you guys on camera and also did my April pages in here. But since it has so many pages and I didn't have to glue any together because this has 160 GSM paper, I'm still using it for May. So what we're going to do today is, let me give you a quick run through. We are going to do my collage for all of the books I read in the month of April. There were 12 of them. And then I'm also going to do, let's see, I have a few pages here that I need to complete. This is where I want to do my birthday spread. It is the 30th of April today, which is my birthday. And I have these printables printed out that I can use to make a cute little 20th birthday spread. Here, I'm going to do my daily entry for today. I need to do my expense tracker for April and then my cover page for May. We're going to do a little collage. Well, actually, this will be done at the end of the month. This is where I'm going to do my book cover collage for May. I'm going to write about the books I read and the TV shows I watch here. And then here, I want to do a calendar for my work schedule. So lots of pages to complete in this video. We'll see how many I get through. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I think I'm going to speed it up and do a voiceover. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, so voiceover me is here now, and I feel like I always start my voiceovers by saying okay. But anyway, we are going to make the collage spread for the 12 books that I read in April. I will go into a bit of detail on them in a second, but let's talk about the spread first. So if you didn't watch my April setup, you wouldn't know that I used some stickers from Pineberry paper to make this, sorry, not Pineberry paper actually, Hedgehog's Den. I will link Hannah Shop down below if you're interested. But yeah, so basically I ended up using these stickers that I also use for like my tracker pages where I just write down the titles of the books that I read and the TV shows and movies that I watch. So that's where I track them throughout the month, and then I make this collage spread with the covers when the month is over, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, go check out that video if you're interested. I am planning on doing these little monthly setup videos. I feel like they've been fun. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy them. But anyway, I am making the spread right now with all of the book covers. I get a lot of questions about how I print these, but I literally just cut and paste the pictures from like Google Images onto a Google Docs, and I resize them so that they're all 4 centimeters wide, and then I print them out. Like, I feel like it's not super complicated. So yeah, that's how I do it. It's really simple, nothing crazy. And yeah, so I like to do these spreads every month just because I feel like they're so fun to look back on and see what books I read that month. And for some reason, when I was making this spread, I kind of like forgot how to do it. And I was having a lot of trouble spacing things out and figuring out where to put the books and putting them in order. And it was just the whole thing. But anyway, let's get into the books that I read for this month. The first one was Change on the Fly by Maren Moore. Honestly, this one was not that memorable. I felt like it wasn't super well written. Some of the plot points were kind of random and not thoroughly developed, in my opinion. So yeah, wouldn't really recommend that. Or that. I feel like I'm talking kind of weird right now. Anyway, the next book was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, and I also read her other book, All the Dangerous Things, later on that month. I enjoyed both of these. I've been really into thrillers recently, so leave me some recommendations in the comments if you have any. But yeah, those two were super good. The twists I didn't really expect for either one, which was really great. And then the next book I have is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Honestly, I was pretty disappointed in this one. It just felt super long and a little bit confusing, so personally I wasn't a fan. Then we have Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. Nothing too special about this one. I enjoyed it, but like it wasn't one that I would purchase for myself to have like my own hard copy. Then we have the book Where We Left Off by Sapphire Hale. This book was so bad, so poorly written. The writing was bad, the plot was bad, just did not enjoy, would not recommend. We have If Only You, which is either the 5th or 6th book in the Bergerman Brothers series, and I really enjoyed it, which I'm not surprised because I've really enjoyed the series so far, so I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested. The series is also very diverse and inclusive, so yeah, I would recommend. Then we have Still Missing by Chevy Stevens, and I feel like this one was pretty hyped up, and I enjoyed it, but it was, like, no, I think I enjoyed it until halfway, and then, like, not the twist, but, like, the main climax happened, and I felt that it was too early, and I don't know, so it's, like, okay. Yeah, not really sure how I feel about that book. The next book I read was Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, and this one, people on TikTok were saying that it's, like, Throne of Glass, and I personally didn't feel the same way reading it as I felt while reading Throne of Glass. So personally, I was not super impressed by this book. Let me know though if you have any recommendations for fantasy books that are similar to Throne of Glass and just give the same vibes, because Throne of Glass is my absolute favorite series, and I just honestly haven't found a good fantasy book that I love that much in a long, long time. So I'd love your recommendations. And then after that, I reread To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, honestly just as a fun, quick read. It's been a while since I reread it, but it was really cute. Obviously a little young for me now, but I didn't mind rereading it and it was really fun. Then we have two books by Megan Quinn, Kiss and Don't Tell, and Those Three Little Words. These are the first two books in the Vancouver Agitator series, and I enjoyed them. I felt that the second one, Those Three Little Words, was a little bit long. But other than that, they were super cute, just really basic, easy to read romances, nothing crazy special. But yeah, that was everything for the books I read for the month of April. Let's get into talking about this little expenses page. So, if you haven't seen any of my other like monthly setups, I did one for March and April, which you can find on my channel if you're interested. Um, I am basically using one of these Pantone cards from Papershare. I will link Zenny Shop down below if you want, to track my expenses for every month. And this is just kind of a very casual expense tracker. It's just where I like to write it down and keep track of my personal expenses. I don't really have anything crazy that I'm tracking. It's mostly just like things that I'm buying for myself, like clothes and makeup and books and things. So yeah, I just like to keep track of it and write it all down. I don't really know why. I think it's just another fun spread that I get to do in my journal every month. But anyway, the Pantone card for this month that I chose was Jeweled Garden, and this one is super pretty. I love the colors. I unfortunately didn't have a like bright fuchsia type pink to use for this spread, like in the paper decorating parts on the top and bottom, but that's okay. I feel like there's so much bright pink in the card that I get to balance it out with more muted colors on the top and bottom, or maybe I'm just making that up as an excuse. But anyway, I still think it looks super cute. Again, I will link Zenny Shop down below with my 10% off referral code. I think she still has a bunch of these cards left in the shop, and if anything, you can buy the whole set of 12 and maybe do this for yourself next year. But yeah, super cute. I love Zenny Shop. I talk about her all the time. And yeah. Okay, now moving on to my May cover page. I am doing something super different this month. I have never done this before. But basically, I have mentioned in quite a few videos that I'm trying to be a little bit more creative in terms of like drawing and being a bit more like artsy that way in my journal this year. And I don't know, I just been feeling like a bit stagnant in my style and kind of want to try varying it up. And so what I did this month for my May cover page is I took some inspiration from Amanda Rachel Lee, which you probably know who she is, but she is a super big bullet journaler. And so I took inspiration from her 2023 setup, which, oh, I forget what was the name of this style, but like she chose like a kind of like modern, or maybe it's old. Okay, I have no idea. So I'm just like a very specific art style. And she made like a cover page for her 2023 journal. And obviously this is not the cover page for my 2023 journal. It's just my cover page for May, but I thought it would be fun to try it out nonetheless. And when I first finished it, I thought it looked really ugly, and I was like, I am never doing this again. But looking back at it now, I feel like it actually looks pretty cute. And yeah, so again, this is not my idea at all. I definitely took inspo from her video and from her setup. But yeah, I've just really been wanting to try to be more creative and use like my markers more to do little sit-ups and things. So let me know what you think of this in the comments. Feel free to say your honest thoughts. But yeah, I just want to kind of do something different for once. And I feel like I achieved that with this. So that's kind of fun. I just used 4 different Crayola Super Tip colors. I wish they had names so I could tell you which ones. But basically, I just used 2 blues and 2 different greens. And then tried to do a bunch of like doodles with it. And yeah, looking at it now, I feel like it looks better than I thought it did when I first finished. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this spread, I feel like. So yeah. Okay, what else can I talk about? Let's see, anything? Oh, I'll tell you the TV shows and movies that I watched in the month of April, because I did note that down, and I have told you guys in the past 2 videos what were the TV shows and movies I watched, so I figured let's do that now, since I have the time. Okay, so the first movie I watched this month was Murder Mystery, and then I also watched Murder Mystery 2, and both of these movies I watched with my friend Mackenzie. Then I watched Survivor Season 44, episodes 4 through 8. I'm a little bit behind, so I do need to catch up. Then I watched Yellow Jackets season 1, episodes 5 through 10, and then season 2, episodes 2 through 5. I also watched Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12. Another movie I watched was The Help. And then I also watched You season 4, episodes 6 through 10. Last but not least, I watched, or sorry, I don't know why I said last but not least. This is not last. I watched The Bachelorette season 15, episodes 1 through 13, so the whole season. I watched To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and that was because I had just reread the book. And then I've recently been watching Never Have I Ever, so I watched season 1, episode 1 through 10, and then I've started season 2, and I'm probably going to watch a little bit more of it tonight, so I haven't written, like, the last episode that I watched for the month of April yet. And yeah, that was basically everything for the month of April. And oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about while I was making this spread was that it is so hard to like draw on a page when I don't want my head to stick in through like in the frame. Like I always like to get up close and personal with my journal whenever I'm working on it, and it's so hard to do so when I'm filming because I don't want my head to be blocking your view in the video. And then so I don't know how people who film their bullet journal setups do it, because this for me was so hard and I feel like I couldn't really do the small little details which I fixed when I finished filming the video because like I just didn't want my head in the frame. So like there's like little white spots that I ended up fixing later. But yeah, I don't know how people do it. It was so hard. And that's why like layering for me is easier because I don't really need to like see it that close to put it in the right spot, if that makes any sense. But anyway, looking back at it now, I feel like the spread actually turned out super cute. It's really unique. It's nothing I've ever done before, and I think this is something I want to try to do again in the future. I'll probably do a different theme, but sticking to things like this where they're just like where they are just like shapes. Sorry, I can't talk for some reason. That I just like color in, and it's nothing like super challenging in terms of drawing. I feel like I can do. And yeah, so I feel like it turned out really cute. I'm pretty happy with it. In the middle, I was trying to write Hello May in like this special font that Amanda used in her video, and I just couldn't do it. Like I'm not very good at doing like fancy fonts. I just do like regular cursive and then also just writing in all lowercase like you see right now. So anyway, I just wrote in Hello May, and I feel like it turned out really cute. So that was fun. I added in a few little details once I was finished, just to kind of fill in some white spots. And again, this is something super out of the box for me, or out of the blue. It's something super different for me, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I feel like it turned out pretty good. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it, like I said. And now we are going to move on into my books read and TV shows and movies tracker. So every month for this like tracker spread for my books read and my TV shows and movies, I like to pick a sticker sheet to use as a theme. So what I'm using are these little spring landscape stickers from Pow's Art Nook. They are so pretty. I loved being a rep for her, and I just got the best stickers out of it. And it was so fun. So I definitely recommend checking out her shop. I will leave the link down below if you're interested, so you can go shop on her Etsy. But yeah, it was super cute. So I had to use it, and I felt like obviously it was so perfect for the month of May, which is like very much so prime springtime. So anyway, I picked out a few colors of scrap paper that I thought matched really well. Used a few paint samples, some origami paper, a Post-it, and also a manila envelope. Also, what I do is, if you've ever watched any of my journal flip-throughs, you know that I use Post-its to cover up all of like the private information in my journals, and then when those Post-its aren't sticky anymore, I just use them as little paper scraps for my journal. So yeah, that's another fun way that I like to reuse, which you guys know I like to talk about on this channel, just because I really encourage you to always look through what you have at home and in your recycling bin to decorate your journal. Of course, we all love to have pretty stickers and washi tape and stuff like that, but when I get to, I definitely like to reuse things that I find in my house. Like I cut up pretty tissue boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, I just use those stickers to decorate, and then I also wrote in books read and TV shows and movies just on some sticker paper scraps. The brush pen that I used was a Tombow Fudenosuke hardtip, which is my favorite like thin brush pen. It is just super cute. Why did I say it is super cute? I just meant it is like super good as a marker. Anyway, I'm going crazy. This has been a long voiceover. But anyway, I just cut that out and stuck it on, and I feel like it turned out really cute. And then I will use these stickers again when I'm making the collage at the end of the month, just so it's all like super cohesive and everything like that. So that's pretty much the end for all of the decorating parts that I do in this video. This was a really long video to film. Usually I don't film for more than 30 minutes, but I was filming here for probably around 40. And obviously I sped it up so you guys are not watching 40 minutes of me just like doing whatever, like sticking things down. And also that would be the longest voiceover ever. Anyway, I'm just cleaning up and then we will see all the spreads. I also do a mini flip through of my April spreads. So here they are. I feel like they just look so good once they're all completed and all matching, and I just love it. And yeah, and then here are May spreads. Of course, we have the empty collage page for when I do that at the end of the month. But I really love how all the pages came out today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!